And hey, everybody, happy last week of June, first week of July. I'm Rob Booker. Super excited to be here in the new office. So hope you will join me sometime here in the new office. We love it. Got lots of different spaces. We're going to get back in front of the big monitor over there in the next office over. But today, I want to concentrate on some stuff that we don't talk about enough. And that's how you should screen for, how you can screen for stocks that you want to trade. So you can use places like Yahoo Finance. There's all kinds of different screening tools and services and whatever. One of the best free services that I pay for just to remove the ads, but it's free, is FinViz. So how to screen for stocks. There's a lot of different ways to do this, but I want to walk you through a couple of the different ways that I like to do this so that you can see how it is that I go about making this happen. So if you take a look at FinViz, there's a few things I want you to see on the stock screener screen. So I'm going to show you where to click, and then I'm going to walk you through it. The text is really small on FinViz, but it is the best screening tool that's free. Once again, I pay $24 a month to remove the ads, but okay, so it's finviz.com, number one. Number two, you click on the screener tool right here. That's super easy to see right there. There's all kinds of cool heat maps and all kinds of portfolio tools and whatever else. And what you do is you enter criteria in this screening window here, and then it changes the stocks that you find in the lower window there. And I want to walk you through maybe a couple of different ways to look at stocks that might be effective and you might find reasonable. So hope the audio is good. Hope the video is working well today. Hey, Stephen Ground, who turns this video into an email. Super excited to see you. I can't wait to see you at the office again, Stephen. You're the greatest ever. Or a St. Louis Blues game. That would be great. I have not been to a hockey game since the Pittsburgh Penguins. I saw Mario Lemieux play for the Penguins 20 years ago. Oh my gosh, it's a long time ago. Okay, so the first thing I do on the screening tool is I change the country to USA because that's what I do. I like to also look at optionable stocks. That gives me stocks that are basically, I can trade with options instead of having to buy the shares. We'll talk more about that in a minute, but that's something that I like to do. I also like to look for average volume over like 300,000. Now, some people like to look at average volume way over that, like 1 million shares. I don't think that's necessary unless you're running a trading service of some kind, which I don't think you are. That narrows it down to 2,293 stocks. You can see that right here on the screen, 2,290, and that's too many stocks. We don't want that many stocks. We do not want to look at that many stocks. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to look at technical indicators. This is going to change everything. What I want to look for, let's do a really simple screen. Let's look at stocks that are down for the quarter. That takes it to 329 stocks. Now we've really narrowed down the universe. Now it's been, as of the time of making this video, it's been a great quarter for stocks. Stocks have been doing really, really well. So it's been a great quarter. I'm going to turn this into a giant playlist is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a bunch of lessons about screening for different kinds of stocks using FinViz. Oh my gosh, this is going to be a great tool. All right. The next thing that we want to do is we want to go to fundamental. So we click on fundamental right here at the top. And that takes us into all of the earnings and fundamentals of a company. I want to look for companies that can pay their debt. I want to look for companies that have a current ratio of 1.5. What that means is they have $1.50 for every dollar of short-term debt that they have. It means if there's a credit crunch or a problem in the stock market that leads to a credit crunch, these companies can survive. Now we're down to 105 stocks. So these are stocks that have a good cash position, but they've been down for the quarter. Okay, we're looking for broken stocks and good companies. Let's look at a positive return on equity. That takes us down to 32 stocks. Now we're really cooking with gas here. Let's say a positive return on investment. This is a really good indication of whether or not a company can survive. This is good. Now let's do something else. Let's go insider ownership over 10%. One stock. That might be too few, but let's just look at NVCR. We'll go to tradingview.com. We'll look at NVCR. NVCR. Hey, is this a good company with a broken stock? Stock is down. Let's do some drawing here on this. Now, narrowing it down to one stock is probably too few. It's fine. It's fine. It's okay. We'll take it from here. We have bullish divergence. This is bullish Knoxville divergence. You get that by clicking on indicators on TradingView and searching for Rob Booker. You'll get Knoxville divergence. And then we went sideways. I love this pattern. I love this pattern. It's the apple bottom, as a friend of mine used to say. Apple bottom. Boy, I love it. I love these. These are missed weekly pivots. There's a missed monthly pivot in purple. There's some good targets. There's the yearly volume weighted average price. I like it. It's a stock that has a return on investment, has enough cash in the bank to survive a credit crunch. It's got missed pivots above. The RSI has been oversold and it's ready for a rebound. That's a nice way to start scanning for stocks. Now, there was a little bit of information there that we looked at that said that this stock was, that said this had some insider ownership. So let's type in this symbol into insidercow.com. Let's see, all sells. If you see here on the, it's hard to see, so I will highlight it. I don't know why FinViz said, this is why I always double check this. FinViz said that insider ownership is 10%. It doesn't mean insiders are buying it. Chief medical officer, director officer, and the chief commercial officer, all sales. They're selling this stock. They're dumping this stock. Boo. So we dump this idea. Boo. If they don't like it, we don't like it. So let's get rid of that criteria. We don't care about that criteria. We don't care about that insider ownership. Maybe insider transactions. Maybe there we go. Now we have 5 stocks that meet all this criteria that we've talked about. And we have insider transactions that are positive. ACRX, CYH, ENVA, KTB, and work. Work. So what I'm going to encourage you to do is play around with the screening tool. Now, we're going to do a screening in the next video coming soon in this playlist. We'll do a screening video about screening for companies that are garbage. And maybe we'll do a couple more on screening for companies that are positive. But let's call this screen debt positive, debt pause, debt POZ. Let's do that. Okay. Next on the list, I am soliciting recommendations here. Let's go to Amazon. So I'm a parent of teenagers. Stu Friedman, Parents Who Lead. Anybody read this book? You want to have a little book club if you have kids? The mother of my children recommended this book to me. So Olivia and Isaac's mom is reading this book by Stuart Friedman, Parents Who Lead. If you have teenagers, especially if you have teenagers and you want to do some kind of a book club or whatever, maybe meet together on a call and talk about strategies, write me at rob@wrbooker.com. I would absolutely love to read this book and maybe have a conversation about it in the near future. That sounds like it could be a really fun, interesting thing to do. I'm trying to be a better parent. I'm not a great parent. I do love my children very much, but I'm struggling to keep up with all the things that a parent has to do and working and all the things, like we're all in the same boat here. Like I'm not in any position that's much different than any of you. So that's the first video in the series of screening videos. Screening for stocks. Screening for stocks. Screening for stocks using finviz.com. I'm Rob Booker. Thanks for watching, everybody. I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.